Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike.
I'm Jay.
And Halloween Horror Month continues. Robert Zappia, the man who wrote Halloween H2O and the upcoming Pray for the Devil, also wrote, as we talked to him about it, you probably saw in the interview that should have already come up before this, before H2O happened, Robert Zappia was hired by the Weinsteins, the Dark Twins of Darkness.
He didn't even have to go onto the casting couch.
To write what was going to be the first direct-to-video Halloween film, because they were trying to save cash, because you know how Dimension worked and all that shit. Now, before...
They had to save money for fucking lawsuits.
They were going to take Michael Myers straight to video, which these days it goes to Hulu or something, no big deal.
Yeah.
But back then, it was the mark of death for a franchise.
For sure.
Now, Robert Zappia was there, and they asked him to do it, and he said, oh my God, I can write a Halloween movie? Hell yeah, I'll do it. So he wrote this movie, and then eventually they found out Jamie Lee Curtis was going to sign on to do H2O, and they were going to make it this big, huge deal. Such a contrast in like what Halloween was going to do and what they ended up doing, because H2O was so big. But they brought him in. They're like, we loved this script that we're about to talk to you guys about now. But they said, but we're not doing it because Jamie Lee Curtis just signed on to do it. The good news is we're going to let you help write that. But the script we're talking about tonight is Halloween 7, The Two Faces of Evil.
Or like I like to call, Where is Harvey Dent?
So let's go trick-or-treating, let's go fucking drinking, let's all go rent Pumpkinhead on VHS, because Halloween never ends, Halloween never ends, Halloween never ends, yeah. And dude, there's so many parallels to this, you guys, from what's going on now with Halloween Ends. It's weird because Halloween Ends is kind of the new H2O because that was billed as the final match between Laurie and Michael. Mm-hmm. But this doesn't have Laurie in it at all.
I liked it.
But the parallels are crazy because there's also a copycat killer in this story that he tells. And there's so many parallels to H2O, but we'll talk about it as we go, John. The beautiful thing about this script is that it kept the canon alive. Like Halloween 4, 5, and 6 happened in this script. It's not mentioned a lot. They definitely don't go into the Cult of Thorn or anything like that. But basically in this script, Loomis has been missing since the events of Halloween 6. Michael has been, they sent in a SWAT team apparently.
That's cool.
And they don't show that scene. It's just mentioned that a SWAT team caught up with him at Smith's
He didn't pay
Grove.
his taxes.
And they put him in there, kind of like Jason Goes to Hell, like the beginning of that. A SWAT team caught Michael. They put him in a maximum security penitentiary, and so Michael's there, but the copycat killer comes in when they find a dead body. There's this girl who's babysitting these kids, and Michael or somebody, they don't tell you who it is. It's just, you see it like the original POV from Michael Myers in Halloween. You see the eyes, and it comes out, and he pops out of this closet. And it's a pretty cool scene. It kind of seems like what they used in 2018, to be honest. She goes in the closet, they're playing hide and seek, and the kid's in front of the clothes. And the kid runs off, and then as she's shutting the door, the person whose periph you're seeing this through, the killer is what they call him in the script, pops out of the clothes and backs her up against the wall, picks her up, and murders the...
Why don't you just give him the fucking movie?
That's what we're doing!
God damn!
That's what the point is!
This script was written so well, it was like watching a movie in your head. But I can imagine that'd be freaky. And then when the closet scene, which is very reminiscent of the I feel like somebody in the office of Halloween 2018 read this script and got some or something, because there's a lot of similarities that happen, or at least a couple of them that remind me of 2018. But her dead body falls on top of her brother, when she was screaming for Lee, and then that's when it says, intro. So that's when you go bump, 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 and that's what I'm assuming. And then it would say Two Faces of Evil, and it would show Harvey Dent in the corner. But yeah, dude, right away. No, that would be wrong.
There's strands in this script that they haven't gotten right since like the original movie that Zappia tapped into, like where the way Michael stalks, the way he's always in the shadows, the way he's there. They did a great job of that. And it's almost hard to explain because it's very nuanced, but there's a ton of Michael stalking and shit like that in this script.
Yeah.
But the whole difference here is it goes into and I saw it as, it reminded me a little bit of Hellraiser Inferno, but they really go to these two detectives, and that's like one of the main threads of the movie, and it feels a lot like Seven, the way it happens. But there's these two detectives, and they show up on the scene to investigate this murder, and he's like, man, this is Michael Myers' MO. And
but he is a very like character trope. He's smoking the cigarette, and then he blows the smoke in the one girl's face. He's like, You got tits, you don't know shit.
Which Zappia told in the Taking Shape books in an interview. He said that he envisioned in this script, the guy was like, anybody you want. He was like, I mean, anybody I want. It'd be like it'd be like Denzel Washington and Bruce Willis as like the detectives or something.
Yeah, you're
like
not
that.
shooting high at all.
So it's these detectives. They show up on the scene. They're like, "This is Michael Myers MO,"
Yeah.
and he's like, he's locked away, and he's like, "Are you sure?" So he goes. He gets in the car and he goes to the
Kincaid.
Yeah,
Detective Kincaid.
Yeah, he goes to where Michael Myers is, and it's this very Silence of the Lambs moment because they let him in. It also feels like the beginning of Halloween 4. He's like, "You want to see some fucked up shit?"
That's weird. I got 2018 when he's sitting in the.
Oh yeah, Dismiss Grove.
And again, I swear to God, when I was reading that they go into, it's called the. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it's Middle Rock Penitentiary. Because this, by the way, this is all taking place in Illinois. It's not in California like the original H2O was. This is all in Illinois. It's just outside of Haddonfield. But that when they were talking about the maximum security and like you have to put these key cards in and all this shit, and he's like locked 24/7 with guards and he's in a straitjacket. The first thing that popped in my head because they were like, "Oh, you're just sitting in the corner doing that shit." I was like, "That's goddamn J.J. Courtney."
That does make sense, and they did it really smart too. So the guy goes down the corridor and he goes to see Michael, and he just needs to make sure he's there and he's not the one out doing this because it fits his MO. And Michael, they did it so smart, man, because Michael's there, and the guy was like, they have these trackers because it's like one of the most hardcore you can't escape prisons in the States. But he has this tracker, and they were like, the only way to get that tracker off, if they do escape, we'll know exactly where they are.
He's got an ankle monitor.
They're like,
house arrest, bitch.
He'd have to gnaw his own leg off, they said, to get that off of him. And we'll come back around to that. But he's sitting in a straitjacket in this cell, and the way that they cover his face is pretty genius, actually.
Yeah.
He has like a Hannibal Lecter type muzzle. It's a leather muzzle over his face, so you can't see his face, which is smart because you don't want to see his face. It's Michael Myers, and he's in the cell.
But the reasoning behind that was because they said, "How does he eat?" And he's like, "We learned that the hard way because apparently someone tried to feed him. That fucker bit their fingers off." He's like, "Yeah, he sucks his goddamn shit through a straw." Like literally, it's like you give him some goober grape or some fucking baby food and let him suck that shit down like he's RoboCop. But that was cool. I like that little detail. They're like, "Oh, why does he have the muzzle? Because you got to explain why can't you see his face?" And they're like, "Yeah, because he bites.
Well,
he bites. He moans. He drools."
And they answered an age-old question too, because like, you always wonder. They're like, the guy just, and they say that too. He's like, he just sits there in that spot all day long. And you wonder, does Michael Myers eat? Does he poop? Does he shit? All that stuff. But they said that he does eat, but he eats through a straw because, like you said, he bit off somebody's fingers. So the guy sees that he's there, and he's like, okay, it's not Michael Myers that's doing this. Then they get a lead because there was, at the same address where this girl died, there was a magician who was there. And he was giving somebody the freaky eye, like down at the bingo lounge.
God damn.
And they were like, he was creeping her out. So they start to investigate this guy. What's his fucking name? Kane? Kane? His name's Kane, and they go to the guy's apartment.
Kane!
Kane's bugging
Every
me.
time he appears, there's a red fucking flame that shoots up behind him. Kane!
But they go to his house, and this is very reminiscent of Seven, because these detectives go to his house. They don't have a warrant. It's always impressive to watch another man feed off his emotions. This magician guy has clippings and all this obsessions about Michael Myers all over his wall. So, like, we got our guy. And then they find out he's at this children's hospital because he goes there and does all this charity.
John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, yeah.
John Wayne Gacy-ish.
And he goes there, and when the cop confronts this guy, he runs away. So they arrest him. They take him down. He starts questioning him, and the guy's like, he's very, just dude, the way I read it, I pictured Kevin Spacey. Kane, I pictured him exactly as Kevin Spacey in this, just the way that he acted. Because they were like, when the guy tackles him and he arrests him, he's all sweaty and he's just chill, like completely cool, like nonchalant, and he keeps like fucking with the detectives.
See, it was you picture Kevin Spacey, which I could see, but I pictured Dane DeHaan.
Oh, that would be
doing
that
that weird, like, because he's like stone faced when they arrest him and they tackle him to the ground because he runs away when the detective tries to confront him. And then when he like gets arrested, he's like a stone, and then he kind of smiles weird.
Eventually, he makes bond. They have to let him go. And so, meanwhile, this whole thread about this possible copycat, was it Michael? Was it this guy? What's going on there? Michael dies. He dies in the prison, apparently.
Well, here's the thing: the lead up to that, though, that was cool, is that another little detail that that Zappia puts in here, which is great, is that when the Detective Kincaid is talking to the warden of the penitentiary that Michael's at, that Michael hears them talk about someone that copied Michael's killings. It happened, we just had to make sure. And then the warden's like, well, I'm glad that your mind is at ease or whatever. And then it says Michael's breathing becomes more intensified as they walk away. So it's already like he heard them, and he was like, oh, that gets my dick hard. Somebody's like copying my work. I'm thrilled and impressed and turned on. So I thought that was a nice little touch that was added in, because why then would Michael fake his own death to get out of the? Because you know what it was? It was like one of those somebody's like, no, somebody ain't gonna steal my work. It was like
I think he was actually pissed.
Yeah, he was.
Like, some motherfucker out there putting respect on my name.
It was like Huey Lewis in the News when like fucking Ray Parker Jr. put Ghostbusters out. Are you fucking kidding me? That's my song. Want a new drug? Want a new drug? He copied that shit. Fuck Ray
Stop
Parker.
wheezing on my grindage.
But yeah, that was cool. It was just a nice little touch and detail in there.
Yeah, and it really was. So Michael fakes his own death, and what he does is they go in to check on him, and he's just laying there, and he's not moving, and they feel his pulse. He's like, this motherfucker dead.
Because I call this the serial killer yoga. It's not, but it was. I did laugh out loud. It's like Michael was laying on his back, not moving. And I was like, is he doing a stretch?
So they take him out and they take him to the morgue, and then there's these two young morgue workers who are working on him, and they're scared of him and shit. And at one point, Michael in the morgue sits straight up, and you're like, okay, here we fucking go. Yeah. But the guy's like, the one dude falls down, starts screaming, and the other guy's like, man, you know it's rigor mortis, right? And like your muscles contract.
I didn't know that they could set the fuck up. Apparently so. But by the way, I will say that is another callback for me. The coroner, county worker, or whatever, those two guys picking up the body and taking it to the morgue is very Halloween 4. Because the guy, when he's unloading the body into the hearse, he's like, I can't wait till he's out of here. And he's like, who is it? He's like, Michael Myers. What? And then he's like looking in the rearview mirror at the body bag not moving, and they focus in on the mirror and stuff. I felt like that was very Halloween 4-ish, like the opening scene of Halloween 4.
I dug the shit out of it, man.
Yeah,
so
cool.
But Michael eventually, one guy leaves the room. Michael kills them both. He wakes up. He takes a bone saw, or like a brain saw to one guy's head, splits his dome in half, and that's a fucked up thing. So there's a tool that embalmers or whatever use to drain the blood out of somebody. So when the other guy comes back in there, Michael sticks that rod into him and literally drains his corpse of all the blood.
And then it transitions, the scene where the blood is draining down, the thing, it transitions into the next scene. I was like, fuck, dude, that'd be so goddamn cool.
Well written, sir.
I like that, Frank Zappia. I mean, Zappia.
Robert, why? And eventually they realize that Myers has escaped. And the way they do that is because they pinpoint the tracker, and Michael kills this kid in a gas station. Now, what's wild is we go to Hillcrest Academy. That's actually in the script.
Yeah.
And
it's an all-girls school, though.
Right. And there's parallels to H2O. Some of this stuff in this script lasted all the way to H2O, like this all-girls school that's going on. And it not only is in H2O, but in the first draft of Robert Zappia's H2O script, a lot of stuff was in that first draft that's also in here. So they go to Hillcrest, and there's no Laurie Strode or anything like that. But these kids go to a gas station, and they're trying to fuck in the gas station. And Michael shows up at the gas station. As you do. Yeah. And he kills the dude. And they have in this gas station a stand of Michael Myers, like with the mask on, like stabbing. With a butcher's knife.
It wasn't a gas station. It was a
convenience store.
Yeah, it was a convenience store.
Okay, yeah, that's what. Yeah. But like, so, and that was also in the first draft script. So he kills these kids. That's where he gets his mask from ultimately. And then the kid that he kills there, when they track down his tracker, they find him in the middle of the woods being eaten by wolves. Yeah. And Michael's somehow gotten the tracker off, put it around this kid's neck, and they're like, oh shit, Michael Myers is back.
He must have picked up butter at the store and slipped out of it. He's a smart fucking guy. But I will say, yeah, dude, that whole sequence, and I don't remember, it was another callback to Halloween 1, because the display they have is at a pharmacy or something. It's like a little general store where like all the teens are meeting up, they're hanging out or whatever, and they have this display, like Mike said, where Michael Myers' hands is up. But I like this one guy, and I can't remember, I don't know if his name is Frank or whatever. He's like, that's historically inaccurate. Yeah. He did not use a butcher's knife, he used a chef's knife. And like, shut up! Because I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it. Because I was like, that would be Mike.
Like in the comments,
that would be Mike or I or anybody. Really, that's a big Halloween fan. Like, that's actually inaccurate. He did not do that. And he'd be like, you need to get laid and stop fucking giving all your time to Halloween. I saw a comment recently that was like, God, it's so stupid. You guys, all you do is talk about Halloween. I was like, yeah, well, why don't you suck on your mom's titty? But anyway, yeah, it was a cool scene, and it did remind me a lot of the original Halloween. Again, when they were, the pharmacy where Michael Myers originally got his mask.
Yeah.
But I thought it was, and the way they executed because it was a quick introduction to the kids, and then Michael Myers kills real quick. I don't know. I felt like it flowed real good.
Dude,
Like
it did. And all the while calling back to the original Halloweens. Like, you think this is supposed to be a direct-to-video thing, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, there's the detective thread that, like, probably eats up a little bit too much time or whatever that's going on there. But the way he handled Myers in this script was perfect. The way he stalked and moved around and stuff like that. And there's this whole subplot with these kids, which, like, if you read one of these, you read a million of them. It's the same stuff. There's a girl who's kind of dorky or whatever. They're in these college dorms. And all this stuff's going on. The guys are trying to get laid. All that stuff. The usual kind of stuff. But while this is going on, this guy, Kane, has gotten bail. Because Kane!
And he's a snarky little fucker, too. No, you know when I said Dane DeHaan? It's Dane DeHaan, or it's very much like the dude that played Scarecrow in Batman Begins.
Oh, Cillian Murphy?
Cillian Murphy.
I can see that too.
Yeah, either one of those guys.
But kind of like twisted and fucked up. Yeah. So he makes bail because they don't have anything to hold him on. They have no proof that he did this. But basically, we go back to this.
But he was being a bitch, though. He's like, so you gotta let me go. And we've had such a good time.
I bet a man on the bus
shut up!
And threw up.
Yeah.
But they do tie back into Silence of the Lambs here, because when he reaches bail, the detective goes back to him and he's like, let me guess, you need my help. And he's like, I'd be happy to help. And he's like, just because. He's like, why would you want to help? He's like, because I'm obsessed with Michael Myers, and to be able to get closer to him makes it worth it for me. So he goes and picks up this guy.
Sammy Silverman when they got slapped with a restraining order? He's like, yeah, we're fans. He was like an obsessed fan.
Yeah, basically. So he takes Kane in the car with him, and they're trying to find Michael Myers. And this is where Kane unleashes a very interesting and controversial take on what Michael Myers is trying to do. And this is also where they tie in the movies in the franchise, because the guy goes, you've heard of Laurie Strode, right? And he's like, yes, duh, I've been on all the message boards.
I've got the Magdon on my fridge.
He's like, she faked her death, right? And then she had a kid, and then her kid had a kid. Now this is where Halloween 6 comes in, and the baby Steven that Paul Rudd's character finds. So the detective's like, we need to find that baby. We need to find, not a baby anymore, but we need to find them, because that's obviously where Michael Myers is headed.
Yeah.
And the guy's like,
you're so limited in your imagination.
Just like he was like the chemo. He was like, not in my house.
He was like the fucking fat cat in Alice in Wonderland. It's like, just tell me the truth. Well, it's always riddles.
But the guy's big theory is that he's like, Michael's not actually after his family members. That's a lie. He was like, Michael Myers is sexually attracted to his victims. Oh, and because he doesn't know how to handle that emotion, he stalks he's sexually obsessive compulsive is what he says. So he stalks them, and he doesn't know how to break his dick out. He doesn't know how to do it.
He likes to stab them. I'm so afraid of him, I stay away from him.
So he stalks them, and then he says when his sexual frustration reaches its absolute height, he then finally kills his victims, and he says and the guy was like, that's his sister, bro. And he's like, I never said it was normal. And you're like, oh, fuck.
It's like instead of Dr. Loomis, you need Dr. Phil. You sick fuck. That's some gross shit, bro. But by the way, he does say that one cool line.
There's an out.
I did like that line. Or he is the boogeyman, and that's underlined. So it's like that was the last sentence from Kane to Kincaid. He was like, or he is the boogeyman.
Yeah, and
that was just by the way. And what I looked at that like is that Kane was a fucked up idiot anyway. So that was just his way of like putting in order something that he couldn't understand.
Right.
Oh, he was maybe because Kane was sexually obsessed with Michael Myers. So now it has to be Michael Myers.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That makes sense. I don't know.
And again, it was perfectly written by Zappia, because that's the way you want to handle this franchise. And that's actually, by the way, what I think Halloween Ends will do. It introduces questions, but it never says that that's what's going on. Yeah. So it just adds to the intrigue. So when this guy says, no, actually, he's sexually frustrated, and that's why he kills, and he's attracted to his own family members, and he doesn't know what to do with that. Yeah. But at the end of that, again, the out that he gives, he's like, or maybe there's something else. And the guy's like, what? He's like, he's actually the boogeyman. And you're like, perfect out. Thank you.
That's awesome. I always imagine he was like, or he is the boogeyman. You have fade to black.
You don't have a police force.
You don't have nothing. This guy wants to fuck his sister.
Cookie woman.
You know what's going to happen now? He wants to fuck his sister. Not just kill her. He wants to fuck everything that's kill it. This guy's gross.
So that's an interesting layer that they add on to it. But eventually what happens is Michael starts to stalk these girls. And there's, again, tie-ins, a lot of tie-ins to the first draft of H2O that also didn't reach the screen. Yeah. Such as these kids at this all-girls school, there's once again And if you watch our video where we break through, where we talk about Zappia's first draft of Halloween, there is a gym floor that opens up into a pool, and that's a thing that used to happen back in the day. But
It was cool. I thought it was always a cool scene.
yeah, and it pans out the exact same way here. Michael kills a girl in the pool at one point, and then he encloses the gym floor over her, and then they have this dance or this party that's going to take place there at the school.
The difference in this one though is freshmen prank. Remember, because the freshmen like infiltrate the dance and then do this prank.
Right. And so their joke is, oh, we're going to open up the floor on everybody. But when the floor opens up, there's a dead body that Michael's killed underneath. So and that was always cool in the first one too. Cool, imagining this whole party going on, and then the floor opens up and everyone's like, yeah, let's jump in the pool, and then there's a dead fucking body floating there.
Who's that dead floating bitch?
And the way it all ties in is great. Like dude, this is a 96-page script and it just rolls. I mean, dude, 100%. I read it like nothing. Like
I was like on like page 67. I'm like, is it over?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, not like I was bored. I was like, it was flying so fast though. I was like, there's no way there's only a few pages left. But.
Same, dude. I felt the same way. So this actually is directly from that script. So we've talked about it before, but basically one of the main girls is in the dorm, and they keep doing the storyline, where she's petting her dog. Her dog's underneath her bed, and she's petting him. Cool. But and Michael's slowly stalking her as this goes on. This is led up to really nicely, but she's petting him. And then the dog walks in, and she's like, "Oh my God, what am I petting?" She looks down, and Michael's laying under the fucking bed, just staring at her like, "Sup?"
She's like, "I'm glad that you gave me tickles," But it was, and again, it's another, it's a throwback to an urban legend. Like the babysitter thing or whatever, when she thinks that she's petting her dog and the dog's licking her hand, but it turns out to be the killer.
Yeah.
The entire time I was like, that's fucking cool, man. Dude. I felt like Selma Blair in Cruel Intentions. She's like, that's cool. When she's like making out with Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yeah. I was like, I was like, I never even thought about how cool that would be. But it is weird to think that this big giant hulking monster serial killer Michael Myers is just laying there with letting you curl his fuking mask.
I think his leg kicked like a dog.
And he was like, no, and he said, Michael Myers probably like. His eyes were going. Oh. But yeah, it was cool. It was a cool scene though, and I can imagine the tension. It would have been insane.
Yeah, and then Michael chases her, and there's just like the Laurie chase scene in the beginning. She's running around, and one guy stops. He's like, "That's not Michael Myers," and he goes up to him. Michael's like.
No, well, he kills it. No, he kills him by the guy was dressed as a condom, and he pulls his fucking condom thing over his head and makes him suffocate. I'm like, okay.
That guy was such a fucking idiot, though. She's like, he stabbed me in the leg. She has ligaments hanging out and shit. Yeah. And he's like, you're pranking me, aren't you?
Get out of here,
Jill,
Screech.
Stop it.
Oh my God.
But anyways, the way the pacing works is great because Michael's chasing her, and as he's chasing her, she gets to the school where everybody's freaking out. So they're freaking out because of what he did there, and nobody can hear her scream. And then Michael catches up to her, and then this all ends, just to fast forward a little bit, at the bell tower. The police figure out, okay, where are their girls? Where's their place Michael going to go?
We'll set it up, though, because Detective Kincaid comes in along with Crazy Pants McGee, Kane, and behind them, a sloth of police cruisers. So like all of them are coming in like, we gonna bust that ass,
which makes sense,
and right? I love it. It's so cool. Yeah, like everyone's called out.
Bad boys. Yeah. What you gonna do?
And Will Smith was somewhere slapping fucking poor Chris Rock so he couldn't show up.
Joe.
Everybody keep my wife's name at your fucking mouth. That's what he was interested in. Joe. But anyway, shit, it was a G.I. Jane joke. Anyway, they show up. The bell tower scene though, when they get there, dude, like the culminative moment of this whole script in this movie, in my mind, it's a movie. Fucking awesome. Because again, what it does is I'll let you explain the ending, but I will say, because I wrote it down, because when I was reading it, it harkens back 100% to the original Halloween, 100% back to the 1978 classic Halloween.
It's goddamn beautiful, man. Michael chases this girl to this bell tower, and it's not a bad idea, actually. She's trying to get help, so she goes to the bell tower. And again, even after they brought Jamie Lee Curtis on, this was a part of his first draft script. There's a lot of stuff that made it over, but just didn't make it all the way to H2O. She goes to this bell tower, and she's ringing the bell like, Michael Myers is here. Paul Revere.
Okay. And Quasimodo's on a break.
But Michael shows up there, and this is right about the time the detective and everybody arrives, and they look up to see Michael about to kill this chick. Michael gets shot in the process, and then while the struggle's going on, the detective makes his way upstairs, shoots Michael multiple times, and this is where it gets, like you said, right into the end of Halloween.
Very Loomis, yeah.
He shoots him multiple times. He unloads a whole clip in Michael. Michael falls off the bell tower, and the girl's like, "Is it over?" Almost the exact same.
Yeah.
So cool. He goes over, and Michael Myers is gone once again.
Of course he is.
From the grassy knoll. And then they get down there like, we gotta find him. What's going on? All of a sudden, they see Michael walking like a dumbass right in front of the fucking cop cars. And they're like, oh my God. So
he must be drunk.
They try to get him to stop. Michael keeps moving towards him. They all unload. They shoot the fuck out of him. A lot like Halloween 4 is what I pictured there in that scene. And then Kincaid, the detective, runs up, rips the mask off. Guess who the fuck it is? Kevin Spacey. It's Kane.
It's old goddamn Kane, Dane DeHaan, Kevin Spacey, Cillian Murphy, whatever fucking weird skinny dude you want to put in that place. And Jesus Christ. And
Warren from Empire Records.
He says, "Are you impressed now, detective? I made Michael Myers disappear."
Boom!
Boom!
Into the fucking movie.
Like, what you talking
I
about?
have so many questions!
Willis! Did you do a Dungeons and Dragons game before we even came in here? And you rolled dice?
Dude.
You got a natural 20.
It captures the essence so good.
Because it makes you wonder, like, at the end of that, because first off, Michael's not dead, right? Mm-hmm. It was some asshole. It was some goddamn John Wayne Gacy wannabe magician sorcerer that was Michael Myers, and you're like, where did that the real Myers go? Would the real Myers please stand up kind of situation? And you're like,
working at Burger King, spitting on your
if that
onion rings.
shit had been the ending,
shocking, dude. And
I'd love the goddamn movie. H2O would be one of the best fucking Halloween movies, period.
And then you have to have the sequel, right? Like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? So it leaves you with the question of, this guy was a magician. He clearly had some weird tie into Michael that we didn't understand. Was he just obsessed, or was there actually some sort of connection there or whatever?
Yeah.
He somehow got Michael's outfit, right? From him after Michael fell off the grassy knoll. And they showed, by the way, a couple things we didn't mention. As this goes on, they show this guy's actually a legit fucked up, scary magician. Mm-hmm. Like, he does some tricks and shit and fucks with the detective in weird ways. Like, so the guy's actually
a Chuck E. Cheese show.
Yeah, he's actually good at what he does. Yeah. He's actually got some creepy shit going on there. But so Michael's definitely gone, and then the guy says, "I made Michael Myers disappear," and you're like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
He could have sent him anywhere. Here's the weird thing. Here's the weirdest thing, dude. I swear to God, this is how.
And then he dies. By the way,
he's dead. Yeah, Kane's dead. Kane's
bugging me.
Kane! Star Trek 2, by the way, Wrath of Khan.
Oh, I'm thinking Kane the Wrestler.
No, I know, it is Kane, but I was thinking Khan, too. Like, Khan! But Kane! Kane's bugging me. RoboCop 2. Anyway, my point being is, here's the thing. And I don't know if Robert did this on purpose, but it was... Dude, you could have... This is 100%, you could have played with this. The Cult of Thorn...
Oh, yes.
He is a magician, after all. He does magic shit, okay? He throws chicken bones and reads the future. If you did that, then all of a sudden you have an out. You can tie in Halloween 5 and 6 into H2O.
There's so many places to go.
With the magic shit, because they were all talking about the Cult of Thorn, and you could find out later on that Kane was a part of the Cult of Thorn, just very powerful black mage, magician or whatever, and was using cursed objects. This is incredible. Like, did you fart?
No, it was my chair.
Okay, but no, I'm serious. Like that
shit, I can't recreate it.
There was that literally could tie in. Like, imagine that.
Yeah, dude.
Kane could be working for the man in the.
Unlike the previous
steel-toe boots.
Unlike the previous entries of Halloween, which left you no place to go.
Yeah, this had multiple.
This gave them options. This was such a well-written script, and it was so simple. The problem would have been, though, and I'm not going to say that I wish it was made, because the problem is that, again, he was, and this isn't Zappia's fault, he was given the job to write a direct-to-video Halloween, and Dimension liked it, and they were going to run with it. They were going to make this script until they found out Jamie Lee Curtis actually wanted to return, and then that changed everything. But Zappia still managed to keep threads of this in it that made to H2O, like Hillcrest and so many other things. But
I want to see this movie. Jamie Lee Curtis be damned. She had her time, and by the way, if we're speaking of, if this movie had just come out like in H2O, like if it had come like a straight to DVD, yes, of course, at that time it was a death knell. But here's the thing: I thought Inferno was incredible. I thought Hellraiser Inferno was one of the best Hellraiser movies they ever did, and in a way, I mean, personally, I feel like it kind of relaunched interest in Hellraiser. I think it caught, like, yeah, of course, Halloween is a much bigger franchise than Hellraiser will ever hope to be, but I feel like if the script was strong and there was a lot of buzz behind it, and there was a lot of like I don't know, push behind this movie, this DVD that would have come out, I think that it could have resurrected, and then we wouldn't have Busta Rhymes kung fuing people.
Right. Well, the only problem with it is, and the reason I'll say I'm happy it's not made is because A, it was going to be directed video, and obviously we would be sitting here in a completely different timeline in the multiverse where there was no 2018, there was no none of this stuff, because at that time, if it went direct to video, we don't know if it ever would have recovered. I think the script was great, but at the same time, we're talking about the Weinsteins. So they would have taken it and they would have made it as cheap as possible. They would have hired shitty fucking actors for it. It would have been the cheapest shit on the fucking market, and it wouldn't have worked probably at all. Because even if the script is good and the ideas are good, if you get fucking Joe fucking Kelly in there, who was just on a soap opera last week, to do it, it probably would have been bad. It would have been easy to fuck up, and they probably would have fucked up. So I'm glad it didn't happen.
Well, I guess what I should reiterate is that yes, of course, if it had gone to DVD, it is definitely a risk. What I wish had happened is the same amount of financial backing would have been available for this script to go to the theater.
Right.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I would have replaced the H2O that we got, and I know that people love it, and I know people like it, and of course, I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is back, and she's iconic, but it is cool. She's got 3 movies now with Blumhouse, but I'm saying, I feel like this is a unique story. Mm-hmm. It is its own thing, and it continues the tradition of not only the first few Halloween movies, but it has an open-ended ending that is very, very in line with what I think a COD wants. And it does a great job of even tying in 5 and 6, which fucking blows your mind. How do you do that? And it did it.
It smoothly moves beyond.
It is smooth.
So, and again, I really think that it would be an amazing idea if Trancas decided to make a TV series on Netflix or something where they made these like hour and 20-minute episodes. They did it with Stranger Things. Why not? Where we did this what if, and every single episode was a different one of these scripts that were never made, because there's tons of them, and see what that would have looked like on script. But it would have been amazing. But anyways, Robert Zappia, not only did he do great stuff with H2O.
Thank you, my son.
And again, the problems I have with H2O, none of them come down with the script. It's always with Michael's mask or the kills not being on screen, etc. on screen. But this, for a direct-to-video script, you read it and you go, this is about to suck. And then you read it and you go, fuck me, that works, John.
It was so good, and it felt so great without any type of lube. And Robert, wow, dude, you're a talented motherfucker.
We're not just saying this because he was nice enough to come on the show.
I'm only saying that because he came on the show. But I mean, I will say that I really, even if he had never come on the show and I'd read the script, I would have. If I didn't know who Robert Zappia was, I was like, man, this guy can write. Because one of the best things about, and they're a good writer, is when they transport you into that world, and you know that no time has gone by when you're watching or when you're reading it. And that's why when Mike and I were talking about, like, you look up and you're like, holy shit, I've already like blazed through like 60 pages of this.
It was such an easy read.
I'm still on the edge of my seat, and I want to know what happens next.
Yeah.
That's when you know a good writer exists. And it was definitely a great story and a great plot and a great story, entertaining ride. It's just unfortunate that there was a lot of drama going on behind the sets of H2O that we never got to see this final version. And that's not the final version, but we never got to see this version.
Yeah, exactly. So comment down below, guys. The sound of that, would you like to see that get made? Let us know. We love your fucking faces. Thanks for watching this. Happy fucking horror month, bitches.
God, it's still going. And it's just the beginning.
Pumpkin spice.
The tip is barely in.
On my cock.
You're gonna get pregnant.
Halloween never ends. Suck my fucking dick. And I don't really care what Blumhouse fucking says. Put him in a box or suck a fucking cock. You can say he's dead, but we all know he's not. Yeah. So let's go trick-or-treating. Let's go fucking drinking. Let's all go rent Pumpkinhead on VHS. Cause Halloween never ends.